Two great men, one empire. One created the machine, the other scaled it across continents. Genghis Khan didn't inherit the nation, he built it through hunger, betrayal and war. Ogedei wasn't just a conqueror, he learned how to run an efficient and vast empire. This is a facts-first comparison. What each ruler achieved, what changed under each reign, and why the Mongol Empire didn't expand on terror alone. It scaled through structure, discipline and incentives, based on Mongol tradition like the secret history of the Mongols alongside Persian and Chinese records. Temüjin, later Genghis Khan, doesn't rise from comfort. His father dies while Temüjin is still young and the family's protection collapses. Allies vanish, food becomes a fight. This is where his rule begins, not with glory, but with the brutal logistics of survival. Then comes the moment that turns a young leader into a coalition builder. His wife Borte is abducted by the Merkids. In the steppe world, that isn't just a traumatic event, it's a political insult that demands response. Temüjin doesn't raid alone, he gathers help, he calls in alliances, and the rescue becomes a preview of his future empire. Win by network, not just force. After that, the wars didn't stop, they evolved. Temüjin isn't just fighting enemies, he's breaking old tribal loyalties and replacing them with a single identity. This is the harsh reality. Unification means crushing rivals, absorbing people, and enforcing rules that don't care about bloodline, only loyalty and performance. Genghis builds a war state with structure, units, commanders, and discipline that makes mounted warfare hit like a weaponized algorithm. Later tradition speaks of laws associated with him, often called the Yasa, but the key point is simpler and provable in outcomes. He turns Mongol society into an organized engine that can mobilize, punish, reward, and expand. In 1206, he is proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler, at an assembly called the Kurultai, and the Mongols become more than scattered tribes. They become a state built for movement, conquest, and obedience. As founder, he took chaos and produced a structured war machine. Building the machine is one skill. Handing it over without civil war, that's the real art. Mongol succession isn't a simple firstborn inherits rule. Power is confirmed through a kurultai, and family politics matter. Ogedei is the third son, chosen and confirmed because he is seen as a stabilizer, a man less likely to trigger bloodstorm between powerful brothers. After a regency period, he becomes Great Khan in 1229. Here's the key. Ogedei inherits conquest, but he favors administration. Under Ogedei, the empire expands greatly and in multiple directions. The Jin dynasty falls, campaigns intensify across East Asia, Korea is invaded, and Mongol armies surge west into the Rus lands and towards Eastern Europe. This isn't just momentum, it's an empire learning to fight on multiple fronts and still stay applied. But the builder's signature ruling style isn't just war, it's what happens behind the front lines. Ogedei expands bureaucracy, officials, regional oversight, census logic, taxation systems, ways to extract resources without permanently burning the land. Empires don't die from enemies first, they die from supply failure and administrative collapse. Ogedei pushes against that. Then trade. The Mongols don't treat merchants as background, they treat them like strategic assets. State-backed partnerships and protections make long-distance commerce safer and more profitable. A calculated policy, secure routes, reward movement, and make the empire richer without swinging a sword. Karakorum becomes the symbol of Ogedei's rule, built up as an imperial capital with major construction under him, not just a single culture city, a place where Chinese artisans, Muslim merchants, and travelers from many faiths and languages can exist under one political roof. A capital doesn't just hold power, it demonstrates stability. So, if Genghis created the blade, Ogedei forged the handle, the grip, the supply line, and the hand that could actually use it for decades. This is the difference. Genghis Khan is the founder. He turned scattered tribes into a disciplined machine. Ogedei is the builder. He turns conquest into systems, taxation, administration, trade, and the construction of a capital on a scale the steppe hadn't seen before. One proves the empire can exist, the other proves it can function. Founders create the machine. Builders make it survive.